Hi everyone, and welcome back to Herzography. Using your existing lenses but in a whole new way, and how to get near macro results with them, or possibly maybe macro. Let's take a look at that. A true macro lens will capture a 1-to-1 ratio, and what that means is the subject that you're shooting is 1 centimeter tall. It will be projected as 1 centimeter tall on your sensor. True macro lenses are designed to allow us to get closer to our subjects than non-macro lenses. A 1-to-1 macro lens might be used in art reproduction, taking images of stamps, flat artwork, things like that. So when shooting macro images, should you use a macro lens or can you use a diopter to get closer? That's a really good question, and it all depends on what you're shooting and what your output is going to be used for. So when shooting macro images, choosing between a dedicated macro lens and a close-up diopter, filter, if you will, really comes down to what you're photographing, how critical the image ratio is, and how flexible you need to be in the field. Both tools can produce great results, but they serve different purposes. A dedicated macro lens gives you maximum quality and control. A true macro lens is designed from the ground up for close focus work, usually offering, as I mentioned before, a 1-to-1 magnification ratio, life-size reproduction without any accessories. Are there advantages? Of course. Superior image quality. Macro lenses are optically corrected for close distances, delivering better sharpness, contrast, and edge-to-edge clarity. They have minimal distortion. You'll see less chromatic aberrations, field curvature, and softness, especially noticeable in fine details. You get precise focusing, and there's even many macro lenses like this one have a limiter switch on it so that way you're not searching all the way from infinity to the close-up part that you're shooting with, making it a little faster. You have smooth manual focus and consistent working distance, making it easier to fine-tune composition. When shooting handheld, I recommend you use continuous focus to capture a sharp image, because as you're getting really close, just the slightest back and forth is going to have a big change in what's in focus. So using continuous focus will help get you sharper images. And these are, of course, ideal for product photography, insects, flowers, textures, and anything where detail matters. Even portraits. Yes, a macro lens can make an excellent portrait lens. Trade-offs, higher cost. Of course, a lens like this, I believe this is like $900 to $1,000, and they range in cost, but they are expensive. They're larger and heavier than a diopter, and it's less casual to carry around as opposed to putting a couple of diopters like this in your bag with the rest of your filters. For serious macro work, print reproduction, commercial images, focus stacking, and situations where image quality is non-negotiable, using a macro lens is what I would recommend. On the other hand, a Maven close-up diopter is a magnifying filter that magnetically attaches to the front of an existing lens with a magnetic adapter ring, allowing you to focus closer than normal. Here are some advantages. They are affordable. They're a little over $100 each. They are lightweight, and of course, a lot less expensive than purchasing a full macro lens, and they're easy to keep in your bag. They are fast and flexible, great for spontaneous macro shots when you don't want to change lenses. You're out shooting a landscape, all of a sudden you see something that you want to shoot close up, and you didn't bring your macro lens. This is just so great and convenient to put right on the front of your lens. Now, these are premium diopters that can deliver very, very respectable and excellent results. They also have the beloved Maven 16 layers of MRC and nanoparticle tech coatings. Most other diopters do not have all of the layers of coating that Maven does on their diopters. Diopters from other manufacturers are usually just a cutout piece of glass with maybe one coating on it and are very inexpensive, and the results will show. Now, with some diopters, there can be limitations like reduced edge sharpness, more optical compromises, especially with cheap diopters. Less consistent magnification, they can introduce color fringing or softness on the edges, and the higher the magnification, the lower the image quality. But diopters are great for travel, casual close-up macro photography, social media, video, or when you just need to get closer without investing in a dedicated lens. This is where subject matters more than gear. Ask yourself these questions. Is the subject moving? Insects often benefit from faster handling and working distance of a macro lens. Is this for print or for the web? Web and social media can easily hide minor imperfections from poor diopters. How much detail do you need? Fine textures, jewelry, or commercial products demand a macro lens. Do you need to travel light? A diopter may be the smarter choice for you in situations like that. And as I mentioned before, not all diopters are created equal. An inexpensive diopter and a very sharp lens will still lead to disappointing and poor results. High-end diopters like from Maven plus a sharp prime lens equals surprisingly capable combination of sharp images. Still, even the best diopter won't fully match a true macro lens at 1:1, but you can come very, very close. 100 millimeter or even longer, like up to 400 or 500 millimeter, using a Maven diopter will get you very close to 1:1. Bottom line, choose a macro lens when quality, consistency, and precision matter, and especially if you're in a studio location. Choose a diopter when portability, speed, and budget are the priorities. Neither option is right or wrong. They're simply tools. The best choice depends on your subject and your workflow and the final image that you need to deliver. Thanks for joining me here on Herzography. I hope you found this helpful and will give it a like, subscribe for more videos, and now let's all get out and shoot. Bye for now.